The European Central Bank is set to cut interest rates as President Trump's trade war ripples around the world. It's Thursday, 17th of April, and here's what you need to know. The ECB is all but certain to cut interest rates for the 7th time in a row today as it aims to shore up the European economy after its exports were hit with a 10% tariff in the US. US trade policy is expected to push inflation in the euro area lower in the short term as China offloads cheap exports meant for the US market in Europe instead. Morgan Stanley now thinks that inflation will fall below the ECB's 2% target in the second quarter of this year and stay there throughout 2026. Markets are now expecting at least 2 more interest rate cuts from the ECB this year, and maybe even 3. Have a look at our chart of the day. This is the yen against the dollar. Look how quickly that's climbed in recent weeks. That's what the US wants to see, and President Trump has made it clear that a stronger yen is on the table as part of trade talks. Japan became the first country to start those with face-to-face negotiations on Wednesday that were gatecrashed by the president himself. It's not clear, though, if Tokyo is willing to intervene directly in the currency markets. That would mean either quick rate hikes from the Bank of Japan or selling off billions of dollars of holdings in US treasuries for yen. Our number of the day is 60%. That was the jump in sales at Taiwanese chipmaker TSMC in the last quarter. That's way ahead of forecasts, but of course that was before trade restrictions on the chipmaking sector were announced this week. Those dragged the Nasdaq down by 3% on Wednesday as chipmaker stocks slumped. Fed Chair Jerome Powell also said that tariffs will lead to higher prices in the US and a weaker jobs market. And our stock of the day is Netflix. The streaming giant reports results later and is expected to show an 8% jump in profit per share, although of course an economic slowdown could mean people cancel their subscriptions. Netflix is so dominant in the space, though, that analysts think it's almost immune to a downturn. And that's what you need to know this morning.